On this episode of Life, Love, Want, Need, I'll return to my childhood retreat in the Golden Isles. Join me as I let my hair down in the romantic South and rediscover the warmth and hospitality of St. Simon's Island.
Não vejo a hora de estar ao seu lado.
The Golden Isles, appropriately named for their warm, romantic glow. When I picture in my mind this southern escape, I see stately oak trees draped with Spanish moss, set in a landscape of classic low country. St. Simon shares the Golden Isles title with 3 other barrier islands, including Little St. Simon's, Jekyll Island, and Sea Island, all complete with their own rich history and culture. As a youth, I escaped to the islands during the hot, sultry summers. Today, we journey back to rediscover one of my favorite getaways, beginning with the iconic St. Simon's Lighthouse. Lighthouses are full of tradition, symbolism, and romance. They're a warm welcome home, a safe haven from the storm, and a lover's beacon. The St. Simon's Lighthouse is one of 5 surviving towers still standing in Georgia. Still operational today, it guides boats in and out of St. Simon's Sound. Unlike other operational lighthouses, this one actually invites its guests to make the climb to the top of the tower and enjoy her exceptional view. It's only 129 steps. I'll see you at the top. I made it. I did not have to stop. I wasn't huffing. I made it to the top of the lighthouse, and what a gorgeous view we have. I'm here joined by Scott McQuaid, who is our local expert on St. Simon's and all things Golden Isles. Scott, give me an idea of what we're looking at here in the view that we have.
Sure. Well, we're of course sitting up on top of the lighthouse here, looking over top of St. Simon's Island. And you'll notice behind us just the amazing tree canopy and how many trees are still here on this island. It's a very wild island, and this provides one of the best views of the entire area. We're at one of the highest spots you can get to, so you can look out over St. Simon's, and off in the distance behind you, Amy, is Sea Island, and even further beyond on the horizon is Little St. Simon's Island.
So there's so much to explore here, and I think that really is a key point that you made, is there's so much preservation that's happened here that when you come, it's almost completely untouched, and that kind of leans towards the importance of the oak trees and what makes this area so romantic.
Sure.
What else can we see here?
Well, as we look off into the distance, we'll see the mainland Brunswick, and that bridge there is the highest bridge in the state of Georgia. That's the Sidney Lanier Bridge crossing over the Brunswick River. And then as we look off to our distance here, we'll see Jekyll Island, another one of our barrier islands here in the Golden Isles. And of course the Brunswick River, as we look out, flows into the Atlantic Ocean.
Great. So there's so many excuses to return here because there are so many great places. You mentioned Sidney Lanier?
Correct.
And what's the importance of Sidney to this area?
Sidney Lanier was a famous poet who comprised the poem The Marshes of Glen that depicted the beauty of all the marshland here, which of course we're looking out on.
Gorgeous. Well, he certainly knew how to capture the area in the heart of St. Simon's in the Golden Isles. Let's talk more about the lighthouse. How old is the lighthouse?
This lighthouse was constructed in 1872.
Wow. So she's, got a few years on her. And is this the original location of the lighthouse?
This is not the original lighthouse, but it was rebuilt in 1872.
And she's still operational today, is that correct?
It still operates, and it is a rare occurrence also that the public can come and climb to the top of the lighthouse, all 129 steps to the top. So, like I said, this is a great chance to look out over all the Golden Isles and see what's so special about this place.
Best view in town. Well, lighthouses are really meaningful to a lot of people, and I think what you hit on there is very important. This is one of the few operational ones that people can still come to the top. This is my first time coming to the top of a lighthouse, and as a place that represents a safe haven, a romantic spot, it's rather special to be up here.
Sure.
So thank you for joining us and sharing with me the best view in town and a little perspective on where we're at in the Golden Isles, and I can't wait to visit more.
My pleasure.
It is an absolutely gorgeous day here on St. Simon's, and though I could stay here on the lighthouse all day just to enjoy this amazing view, I think I see a pier over there. It's looking rather inviting. One of only 3 ocean piers in Georgia, this one welcomes visitors to grab a pole and relax for the day, reeling in your favorite catch. Fishing not for you? Take a romantic stroll to the end and watch the incredible golden sunset with someone you love. Either way, you won't be disappointed by the view or the experience. If you're looking for something more active, perhaps you'll take advantage of their miles of bike paths all around the island, like I plan to later. But first, it's time for a sweet treat like only the South can conjure up. There were a lot of choices at the St. Simon's Sweet Shop, but I had to go with the homemade pecan pie ice cream. You can't get that anywhere else. Next, I'll work off all those southern sweets with a scenic tour of the island by bike when we come back. Thanks for watching Like, Love, Want, Need. To stay connected, visit us online at likelovewantneed.com. And to get the experience for yourself, sign up for the A-List, where you'll find giveaways, tips, and more. With over 30 miles of bike paths on the island, how could I not take advantage of this gorgeous day to tour and rediscover some of its most historical sites? Thanks to Monkey Wrench Bicycles, I'll be touring in style, beginning here at the Frederica Stables. Christchurch is one of the most photographed sites on St. Simon's, many say in America. For an over 200-year-old church, she still looks pretty stunning, don't you think? Alongside her lovely grounds sits a cemetery housing some very famous Georgians, dating back as far as 1803. Today, Christchurch is home to an active Episcopal congregation. Never one to miss a photo op, I'm joining the ranks of those who've gone before to capture the beauty of Christchurch. Next, my path led to the iconic Avenue of Oaks. Nothing could be more southern or more Georgian. One has to wonder what kind of history took place under these ancient branches. When we come back, I'll escape to the luxurious Ocean Lodge and satiate my appetite on the rooftop. What better way to relax in this gem of a southern island than at the luxurious Ocean Lodge? I've revisited some of my favorite places. Now it's time to try something new. Upon entry, you're transported to Old World Italy, with every lovely Mediterranean detail, and with all the comforts of modern luxury, you'll enjoy a home away from home. General Manager Wes led me on a tour of the Ocean Lodge's spacious suites, intimate niches, pool, and rooftop bar, explaining how the Ocean Lodge has become known for its first-class service and impeccable attention to detail. Aptly named for its location steps from the water, the Ocean Lodge has been named winner of the Certificate of Excellence and Traveler's Choice by TripAdvisor readers. This luxurious boutique hotel is perfect for corporate retreats and, of course, weddings. The Ocean Lodge is everything you need and desire. Comfortably situated in my personal suite in the penthouse, it was time to learn more about the Southern cooking tradition from Chef Josh Kent. Josh, you are the executive chef here at the Ocean Lodge at the rooftop.
Right.
And one of the most intimate and, may I say, more popular locations here on the island to come, open not only to the guests that stay here, but also to the public.
Absolutely.
And when I was researching coming here, one of the things that I identified with was the fact that we're coming to a really gorgeous Tuscan-inspired location, and how I really craved some incredible Southern comfort food, and how delighted I was that you carry both.
Right, yeah, you came to the right place for that, absolutely.
So your menu is very eclectic, and you are in the process of putting your own stamp on it as you have recently become executive chef here.
Yes, slowly but surely, I'll turn it into completely mine.
So what are those things that inspire you that, you are very important to you and that you want to see?
Just quality food and using local products is number one in my mind. We try to focus on farm to table kind of thing, support the local community, as well as just give people the freshest ingredients they can possibly get. And that's the number one plus to going local, whether it's out of the ocean or from somebody's farmland. That's our number one emphasis.
I've really seen a movement happen recently where that's becoming more and more important to people. And we've actually covered a lot of that on the show. You can very much taste the difference. I see no downside of going local. I mean, it tastes better, you're helping the local economy, and I'm impressed to see that that's becoming important to chefs such as yourself.
Especially being a Southerner and there being so much farmland and rural, whatever, this allows them to have, a place, them to be known and have a face as well, other than just somebody in, Texas eating something that was farmed in Idaho.
So you're building relationships with these local vendors,
absolutely.
And they know who you are.
We work together with each other to, showcase them, and then they in turn showcase us, and that works out great for everybody.
I like that. It's becoming a smaller and smaller circle of where the food starts and who it ends up with.
Absolutely.
So what are a few items on the menu that, you could point out are actual local items?
All of our shrimp comes out of this water out here. All of our fish comes from Georgia down to Florida. That's all local fresh fish. We try to get what vegetables we can when we can. It's a little tough being on the island, but mostly fish and seafood is more what we focus on than anything else.
And I think I'll be having some of that tonight too,
Absolutely.
some of the snapper.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the importance of the Southern culture and how that plays into the menu. I see you have fried green tomatoes. Mm-hmm. I saw some peach bread pudding and some key lime pie. What other influences are on the menu?
We have a Southern shrimp egg roll that is, it's got collard greens in it, which is, a staple in Southern cuisine, definitely, with local shrimp in it.
Okay, let's talk about why is Southern comfort food important to people?
Because it makes you feel like you're at home, first and foremost. It makes me feel like I'm at home when I eat a Southern fried tomato or collard greens or grits. It's just comforting. I mean, as the name says, it's very comforting and familiar to so many people And being in the hotel industry as well, we get so many people from the north that come down and have no idea about many of these tastes, that have never tried grits, have never had a fried green tomato.
What kind of expression do you see on their faces when they have it for the first time?
Most people really, really love it. You know, there are some people who are devoted to cream of wheat. So when they have grits, they're like, you know, this isn't quite what I expected. But 3/4 of the time, everybody really enjoys it and wonders why they've waited so long to try it.
And it's permanently on their list. I think it's that nostalgic quality to it, like you said. It reminds you of home, and really that continues on a tradition that this hotel has started, which is thinking of every detail possible to make you feel like you're at home.
Absolutely.
And so you come here to the island, you get a feel for what's here, the ocean, this amazing seafood, and a real taste of the South as it completes your very comforting and relaxing stay.
Yes.
And romantic at that.
Yes, very romantic.
So tell me a little bit about your background and how you came to be passionate about what goes on the plate.
I had a great uncle who was an excellent cook, Southern cook, traditional Southern cook, and made giant banquet meals every single day, even if it was just me and him, or just me, him, and my brother. And that's where I got started. And so I got my first job in a restaurant at 15 and just never turned back. I did construction for a little while and realized very quickly that I'd rather be hot inside than I would outside.
And doing something that you love and getting to enjoy the taste of something delicious instead of maybe dirt in your mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I can really relate to your background because I've had a lot of amazing Southern home cooks in my life. I think on the opposite end, I turned my job into enjoying that food solely instead of cooking it.
Right.
But I'm so grateful for people like yourselves who have been inspired and have taken it to the next level. And speaking of, I think we have, what do we have here?
This is our fried green tomato and crab Napoleon.
Ooh, yes.
It's Georgia blue crab cakes and cornmeal battered fried green tomatoes.
I don't know if you can get more Southern than that.
Absolutely not.
Well, cheers
Absolutely
to that.
not.
Thank you so much
Thank you very much.
sharing with me your heart.
Excellent.
You can't put a price on moments like these. From start to finish, my experience here has been, in a word, simply exquisite. For true luxury paired with one-of-a-kind Southern hospitality, look no further than St. Simon's Ocean Lodge. Thanks for watching Like, Love, Want, Need. To stay connected, visit us online at likelovewantneed.com. And to get the experience for yourself, sign up for the A-List, where you'll find giveaways, tips, and more.
From my youth to present, St. Simon's Island is everything I remembered and more. I've enjoyed reliving history, both personal and geographical, but even more so, making new memories and learning more about the Golden Isles. Remember, until we meet again, arrive in style, seek out the experience, and enjoy the journey. I'm Amy West.
Vejo a hora de estar ao seu lado. Sim, sabe.